One more. Hey there, Mr. Mark. How's it going there? Uh-oh. Yeah, I had a call from our pharmacy, and they've been trying to fill a prescription, and they gave me a choice, so I gave them my choice. Hey there, Wayman. One bass and one crappie. What kind of bass did you catch? I did go fishing yesterday. I caught a crappie. That's all I caught. Well, I caught a couple. I had a decent sized one. I had one that was about 1.5 pounds. I've been in the shop all morning for the most part. I got to go to Walmart in a little bit. I don't like going to Walmart. Largemouth, black crappie, both small, yeah. Hopefully we'll get the spawn up here. They haven't started spawning here. The spawn is not on. Weather's been kind of goofy here. So they're hoping, hopefully in the next couple of days, they'll start moving to the shallows. But we do have a lot of rain coming out. We got a lot of rain coming our way. We got bad weather too. You guys should be getting some rain tonight, Wayman. Yesterday in Vermont, crappie are biting. Oh, good. I'm tying up the shiner. This is a 1/16 ounce. 1/16 ounce shiner. I'll be doing some here in a little bit with eyes. We've been selling a bunch of these. Our tackle stores we've been pretty busy with tackle stores. This is our top selling lure. Last week. Oh, really? Yeah, they haven't done it here. That we've had guys that they do guide fishing on Oologah Lake, and then from me fishing, it just seemed all of the crappie were like in 15, 20 foot of water. They haven't moved into the shallows yet. Backed off the beds, yeah. I have a fishing bug. Yep, I do too. I'm thinking next week I'll get back on the boat. Hopefully next week will be better. Hey there, Mary. How's it going there, Miss Turner? I'm doing good. I'm having a pretty good day. I've been dealing with back issues, so every 30, 40 minutes I'm having to stand up and stretch out. Yeah, Steven was in the channel earlier. I'm glad he's doing better. Glad he's doing good. Hey there, Ricky. How's it going? Tonight I should be working late. I do have to run to Walmart and I have to go to the bank too. But I'll probably be working a little bit late tonight. Got a lot of heads to paint. Got a lot of eyes to put on too. And thank you guys for the likes. If you guys could tap up the likes, the hearts and all that stuff, that would be awesome. If you are brand new, I'm out of Northeast Oklahoma. We do have a website, rubenfloresjigs.com. You can save 10% by using FLO10, FLO10, no space in between. There we go. Thank you there, Wayman. John may not be in here this afternoon. He's been working on a park. They are planting a bunch of trees up there in New York. They've been digging a bunch of holes for these trees. I had no clue he was a botanist. I'm having a pretty good day. I'm in a bunch of pain, but I'm doing okay. There's other people out there that have it worse than I do. Stretchy, stretchy on the back. This here's the shiner. This is our top selling lure. We do have about 50 colors on the site. This here is the shiner. Ain't nothing finer than a Ruben Flores shiner. Six more of these, then we'll do some with eyes. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to help out as much as I can. I've been making lures for over 14 years. We do have our own brand of fishing line. We got the Flowcast fishing line, both braid and mono. We got our 7-foot crappie pole on sale. We also have our 7'8" striker rod. That's 7'8". I think it's 7. Yeah, 7'8". Go one more time. There we go. We do also have fly tying material too. Hey there, Jay Wayno. How's it going there? Do I ever tie this pattern with marabou? Yeah, I do also do marabou at times. Not for the same color and everything, but on some of the lures, like our Bayou Bug, which is on sale, $4.99 a pack. That's all marabou. Or Hellstorm is on sale too for $4.99. Then also our Funky Monkey there. And it doesn't matter what size you get in that color or those colors, it's $4.99 a pack. Rodrigo, thanks for coming in. Do fish care more about the shine or realistic look of the fly? It depends on what fish. It's all different with species. You know, it's kind of like dogs. Some dogs are a little more intelligent, some different breeds, and the same way as fish. Some it's just the color and the profile size. And on some fish, they care for the realistic uh, version. With crappie and sand bass or white bass, they're going to go. You know, they'll buy it off the color, they'll buy it off the size. If the lure is maybe a little more realistic, they may tend to go for that. But you know, if everything was based on realistic, I mean, you wouldn't have a fish biting on something like that. You know, there's no fish that looks like that, you know, in fresh waters. So a lot of it's just with freshwater, you know, it's not based on realistic. As far unless it's like, you know, and again, some people tie trout lures or flies, and you know, they make them look realistic, which is always cool. But you have some people that fish with these for trout, and they bite them too. So again, I'm not an avid fly fisherman, but I do know there's people that use our lures for fly fishing. Let's see. Very nice. I tie some J hook buggers. I like the movement. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody fishes different. And people fish, you know, in different waters a lot of times. And some things work on some lakes and streams. And some stuff, you know, doesn't work as well, you know. And then there's also the preference angle at this. I mean, there's some people they want to fish with realistic lures, and that's what gives them confidence. And then you'll have, you know, some knucklehead like me that will use this, you know, uh, like in saltwater. I thought, hey, we were fishing a couple years ago on Padre Island, and I thought, let me see if I can catch some saltwater trout. And so I used, I think, a 1/8 ounce. Well, I double rigged it. I did a 1/8 ounce and a 1/16, and I was catching speckled trout with our shiner, the gray ghost. I can't remember the other colors I was using, but they seem to work, you know. Some people they have different preferences, you know. And again, I'm not a professional fisherman. I don't claim to be. I think I'm a pretty decent fisherman, but I wouldn't put myself under the category of, hey, I'm a professional fisherman. This one here is a size 4. It is a mustad hook with a 90-degree bend. We just ordered a bunch of hooks the other day. I think I ordered enough hooks to last the whole year. We I think we ordered about 150,000 to 200,000 hooks. We go through about that every year. I say every year. We go through at least about 100,000 hooks we go through. I thought I better load up on these hooks just in case the tariff thing uh, happens, for a negative, I guess. Thought I better get me a bunch of hooks. We did the same thing when COVID was coming. I had some decent foresight enough to know that I better load up with material. I better load up with lead and hooks. We had enough hooks to get through COVID. We didn't need to order any hooks for about a year and a half. The jig head weight is a 1/16 on this one here. 1/16 ounce. So my advice to everybody out there that makes lures, now would be a good time to stock up on material. Whether it be hooks, different chenilles, just a lot of different stuff. You just never know what's going to happen. I appreciate if some people in here are sharing it out. I do thank you so much for the likes that we had. We got 20 likes. If you guys could tap on the hearts, that'll help the live out too. We do have subscribing's free. We do have monthly memberships. We got like a $5 one, $10 one, and a $20 one. If you do the $20 one, we do send out, lures, and if you're a bait maker and you become a member, we'll send out like material, chenille, threads, flashing like that. We'll send it out once a month. Oh, my kid's getting ready to go somewhere. He must have ran out of Oreo cookies. No, I'm just kidding when I say that. No, I don't know where. Oh, I know where he's going. He has to go watch our grandson. He's going to go watch his nephew. Yeah, I forgot all about that. And that's right, we don't get them Oreo cookies. Took a break to eat some food, so I figured I'd stop by. Well, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we do stock the 210 denier thread. That's what I'm using here. It is our gray. It looks kind of silvery, but it is gray. Hey, Xavi, how's it going there? Okay, gotta do two more of these. We're gonna switch to the ones with eyes. Making the shiner jig today. Yep, making the shiner. Is there such a thing as a golden shiner jig? Well, I don't know. I sure don't know. 210 denier, Burke. 210. I'm just tying up a bunch of inventory. We are all caught up with orders. There's Mr. Remington. Hey there, too bigga. I've seen Tiger's colors, never why. I don't know what that means there, buddy. Dilly? What bait caster would I recommend? I don't really, I mean, the only bait casters I use are for catfish. I don't really bass fish anymore. But for bait caster, you know, I use the PC Fun bait casters and they work great. And then spinning cast, I like using, for me here, I like using the Okuma Avenger. And I use a 5000 series. Oh, should I do a red, green, and yellow? Yeah, our Fire Tiger has orange. It's orange, green, and yellow. And also black. A little bit of black mixed in there. I don't know if I got a Fire Tiger up here. I do. I think I do have a Fire Tiger up here. Right there. That's our Fire Tiger jig. Oh yeah, I don't know the Fire Tigers I've seen as far as crankbaits. They've always had orange in them. I've never seen a. I mean, there probably is a Fire Tiger with red out there, but I've always seen orange on them. All this time, yeah. Um, blue, green, black, yeah. Rustic colors, I guess I don't know. What other colors are blue, green, or red, green, and yellow? I don't know. Hey there, Nelson. How's it going there? Call it the Marley jig. Yeah. Call it the chronic. Yeah. Either that or call it the Snoop Dogg. Love the stream. Oh, well, thank you. I'm pretty easy going here. I do make lures for a living. So sometimes you'll watch me pouring heads or painting or like a couple of nights ago, I was gluing eyes on my live stream. Sometimes I do go fishing on my lives too. I have fun doing what I do. This is my work. It's my life. Alvaro, thank you so much for coming in. How are you doing, man? I'll order a pack of the chronic marlin jigs in Arizona. Yeah, catch them with it. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you can order it. I don't have those colors, but you can order. You can do a custom order. Buenos out of the sea. I'm just sitting here rolling up fatties. That's what I'm doing, making some fat jigs. Well, hello there, Curtis Osman. Yep, doing good, enjoying the weather. Yep, it is nice out here. You guys ought to be in the 90s today, aren't you? We are in the 80s today. Yeah. No, I don't do that stuff. I don't really do that stuff. I was never a consumer of that. Can you show me how to tie a fishing hook? Yeah, I could do one of those here real fast. Yeah, let me see if I got some line right next to me. Yeah, I'll use this lure here too. There are a lot of really good knots out there. Um, Here, I may show you with the heavier fishing line. That way, everything's thicker. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, I'm going to take you guys up just a hair. Let me do it with a hook. Let me go grab one of our circle hooks. Do I have a circle hook up here? Yes, I do. I have a big one. Z21 bass boat. I saw one of those yesterday. Okay, the knot that I use a lot when I'm and just going to pretend this is a fishing lure is basically a super clench knot or a cinch knot. You take your line, you bring it through. Uh-oh, hang on. Now, sometimes I do tie these knots with fishing with just my catfish rigs. You take that, twirl it around. This is just an old fishing knot, fisherman's knot, I guess. You could spin it around, 15 times, 10 times, it'll work. You take your line through that loop right there. You take this line right through here, pull it. You're always wetting it up. And then you pull. Is it going to pull? Here we go. Yeah, this one's fishing line's really thick to do this knot. Okay. That, and then you cut the, tag end off. Another knot that I use when I go, and that's what I use when I tie a lure on. I fish. I don't do a Carolina rig. I do basic, or I don't do the Santee Cooper when I go catfishing. A lot of times I'm using a Kentucky rig. So a Kentucky rig is you're going to have your hook suspended up high, and you're going to have your sinker down here. So on a Kentucky rig, I'll use a drop loop knot. You take this, crisscross it. You're going to take these two lines, and you're going to twiddle your thumbs. You're going to spin them around and around. Okay, and then another thing I do is I'm going to take this hook right through the hole right there. You're going to moisten your line, and then you're going to pull it tight. Okay, on a Kentucky rig, you'll have your sinker down here, and you got your line up here. So your hooks, with the thicker line, your hook's going to stay a little more suspended out. But once you put your bait on there, it may twist up a little bit, but I use that knot when I go fishing. Now I'm going to show a different version of this here. And if you're fishing off of a boat and you're casting, your bait's not really going to be in the mud, or, it's not going to be on the bottom. Now this is one of our circle hooks. We do sell circle hooks. Right now, if you buy a pack, you're going to get a pack free. I don't really use a polymer knot a whole lot. Okay, now this one here is going to be where you can detach the hook. So I'm going to tie my Kentucky or my drop looper knot right up here. Now I've caught a bunch of big catfish. My biggest catfish is about a 50-pound flathead. My biggest blue cat's about a 29, 30-pound blue cat. My biggest channel cat, probably about 10 pounds. So you got that hole right there. You're going to take this line right through it. Moisten it, tighten it. Now you have that empty loop right there, and you can take this and you can string your hook through it. And if you ever want to change out your hook size, you can. It's always easier to using this rig here, because you're like, man, I don't want to go with the 10-aught hook. Let me go with the 5-aught hook, something smaller. And again, I've caught big catfish with this. Now everybody has preferences. Some people, when it comes to putting on a crappie jig, people want to use a polymer knot. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't use polymer knots a whole lot. Even if I'm using braid, I'm using that fisherman's knot. Now, when I'm double rigging, I'll use that drop loop knot, and I'll place the jig on the line. That way I have one jig up here and one jig on the bottom. Polymer knot, taking it through the hook. Now I don't know if I'm doing the polymer knot that everybody does, but there's a couple of different methods or different ways of doing a polymer knot. So take this. Some people will go ahead and do this. But again, I just don't do a polymer knot. You got your knot there, you take your jig or your hook, bring it through there. Uh-oh. I don't know yet. It's not going to work. Yep, I kind of messed up on it. Yeah, and that just proves I just don't use this knot a whole lot, so I'm not really comfortable enough to doing a tutorial on it. Yeah, some people use different methods of getting to the same goal. Some people would rather use a polymer knot to tie when they're using braid. Let's see, I'm not the best at tying the polymer knot. There you go. Okay, a snell knot. Sometimes I use a snell knot if I'm using a Santee Cooper rig. I'll do a snell knot. So I don't know if it's going to show up really good on here. People use different snell knots too, so I like coming around here. Get some more slack. I like putting my loop right there. There's a couple of different methods you can use for this knot. Some people will use this one just like this. There's your snell knot. And then some people will use a different method of snell knot where they take that tag in and they take it back through the eye. I just use this knot. This knot will get me by. Where's that baggie at? So again, we do have our circle hooks on sale. We have a BOGO sale, buy one get one free, and we have them in a 5/0 all the way up to a 10/0. That's our fishing line right there. We do, I think some of our fishing lines on sale. I can't remember exactly which ones. But all of our fishing line is in 550-yard increments. Uh-oh. Double rig. Yeah, I do a double rig. A lot of times I do, unless I'm fishing with a float, a slip cork, or just a clip-on foam float. If I'm doing a float, I'm just going to use one jig. Ruben, I've got to go. You have a great day too. You guys make sure to pick up Mark right there, guys. He just bought a bunch of tackle from us. He bought rods and fishing line. He's going to start selling them. I don't know why you're saying that, Dagmar. I have no clue at all. But guys, thanks for coming in. This here is our shiner. This is a 1/16 ounce with eyes. Let me know how much. Yeah, just go to our website there, Dilly, and you can leave a comment on our website or a message, and then put your contact info in there, because then I end up having to call, and then we do a transaction. However, but we do take a few custom orders a week. It is windy, windy, windy out there. I'm going to aim the camera downward in a little bit, because I'm going to trim up some feathers. One of our group members just picked up a 2-pound, they just picked up 2 flow cast rods. Did they really? Like today, or just right now? Or was this last week? I know we sold. We had one order last week that went out, and it had 2 rods. I can't remember who that was. Oh, we got them at the show? Oh, well, good. I know we sold a couple of the Ninja rods at Tackle Bandit this last Saturday, and that was nice. We sold a couple of our crappie poles. Indonesia, well, welcome in there, Hiru. We do get a lot of people from Indonesia. Are you telling me the truth about the deer without no eyes? I'm doing good. It's in the fly family. What I do is in the fly family. Some people in different countries will consider these flies. Literally anything that's hand tied using, feathers or hair for a hook is basically fly tying. Here in the U.S., some of the people, when I say that, sometimes some of the people here in the U.S. they get very offensive or offended when I say that, because they tie stuff specifically for a fly rod, and that's the versatility with this versatility with this lure is you can use it with a fly rod, but you can use it with a regular fishing pole. Do I fish for pike? No, I've never caught a pike, but we have some people that have caught pike with their lures. This one here, just because of the color, is going to mimic a shiner minnow. I don't really do any realistic flies, but you know, we do sell a lot of these. You can use these for trout, perch, bass, crappie, skipjack. We got a lot of people here in the U.S. that use our lures. We've actually shipped jigs to every single state here in the U.S. Again, I do appreciate everybody coming in. I just bought a boat. What kind of boat did you guys buy, Lynn? Rock salmon, where I'm from. We've had some people use our lures for salmon. I say some. We have a couple of not our family members, but the customer that bought it has, I guess, a brother or cousin that he goes and fishes with, and he's caught, a few salmon on our lures. These are fishing lures, Felix. Guys, I'm going to have to get off here. I got another phone call coming through, and I look forward to seeing you guys later on. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll catch you in a bit. Thank you so much.